Hey, what's up guys? This is Martin here from Ib Kodiak. I'm out here doing my usual cardio workout in the woods today, and it's a gorgeous day. It's so sunny, the heat is just unbelievable. I love it, okay? Nature is just beautiful. I'm blessed. So, today I would like to talk to you about something that I've already talked about in one of my previous videos, but I want to get into more detail when it comes to this topic. And it's going to be about your environment and how your environment literally shapes and creates your life. For real. And most of us, especially when we're really young, we don't really pay too much attention to this. We usually take this this aspect when it comes to our lives for granted. We just think, because when we were really young, we were brought up with this idea of, oh, you should just be friends with everyone, you should just fit in, you should try to be cool, you shouldn't stand out, you should be just like everybody else, and you shouldn't think too much of yourself. Well, like all this type of matrix type of thinking, we have to unprogram all the bullshit that we've learned when we were really young, when we were kids, as adults, as full grown-ups. And you are literally the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And a lot of people get really pissed when people say this type of stuff, but I've seen this so many times in my life, and I don't need more proof than anything else. This is the truth. If you start to hang around 5 successful people, you will become the 6th successful person. And it's the opposite is true as well. If you hang around 5 losers, you will eventually become the 6th loser. Nature, the universal laws, they're already here. And you cannot avoid this, guys. You can't. This is unavoidable, guys. And one of the things that I like to talk about when it comes to this as well is, because it's not just about you. That's where a lot of people get this twisted. They think it's all about them. Of course, obviously, you have to take care of your brain. You have to take care of your assets, your body, your fitness, your mindset, your finances, your overall self-awareness, your mental state, and all these things. You have to take care of them at all times. And your relationships, your social skills, etc. All of these things, all these buckets have to be filled up constantly, especially when you're a young man. But at the same time, there's also the other side of the spectrum, the other side of the coin, which is the external world. And we have to make sure that stuff is dialed in as well. And it's not just the people that we associate ourselves on a daily basis. It's also the foods that we eat, the drinks that we consume, the movies that we watch, documentaries that we're watching constantly. It's about the music that we're listening to. It's about what we hear, what we read, it's everything basically. So you have to make sure that your environment is aligned with what you want. Because I used to make that mistake. I used to think that just because my internal game and that my overall inner game is, when I have that in check, it's just automatically gonna fix my life. That if I have my inner game is checked, the rest will take care of itself. But that's not the case, man. That's not how it works. You also have to make sure that the outer game is in place as well. Very, very important, guys, because you will not rise above your environment. Your environment will force you to either level up, or it will force you to level down. It will degrade your standards. And I've seen this so many times in my life, on countless occasions, man. And I used to have so many good buddies who had so much potential, especially when it came to sports, football, because I played with some really, really good players back in my home country, Norway, but they never flourished. They never reached their true potential because they started to drink, they started to party, they started to go into vices, drugs, video games, and girls, and all these things, and they got distracted with all this vanity bullshit instead of really focusing on what they want in life. And I mean, it is the way it is. And sometimes you can have a guy or a girl who's a lot less talented than her or his peers, but she has everything, or he or she has everything dialed in. Their mindset, their inner game, and also their environment. And that's something that people don't pay attention to. Most people take this for granted. And so it's very important that you find people that are where you want to be in life. Very, very important. If you want to be a fit person, you have to associate yourself with individuals that are working out, that have a good fitness level. They will drag you up. They will lift you by your panties, man. It's the same thing with finances. If you start to hang around 5 millionaires or people who have their shit together when it comes to money, they're making a fuck ton of money, they will force you to level up. They will pick you up. Okay? But you have to be valuable too. And you have to show them that you're hungry, that you want something out of life. Because they're not just going to take you along for the ride. You have to be someone too. It's a value exchange, man. But people can see that. People can see when you're really hungry and when you really want something in life. When you're determined to get something. And you guys have to pay attention to this. Because your environment literally shapes your future. And you need to make sure that your inputs are aligned with everything that you want. Constantly. This is something that you have to do this little mental exercise consistently. Because it's a very important matter. And many people don't pay attention to this at all. They just think that, you know, they can do their little bit, they think that they can do their little business thing, they can work out, they can, you know, have girls and all these things. They can have successful relationships, but they can have, they can have a successful relationship, but all the other things in their life are a complete mess. They're drinking too much, they're, you know, getting distracted, they're being dragged into parties, into all this, you know, very superficial things, like all this surface level time wasting. And it's eventually gonna lead them to a downfall. So you have to make sure that this is something that you're paying attention to at all times. And it's a very slippery slope here, because a lot of people miss this, unfortunately. And you have to pay attention to this. And me, myself, for instance, I don't have that many friends. I maybe have 5 friends max, or 3-4 friends max, that I can really count on. That's it. And you don't need to have all these friends. You don't need to have 100 friends. You just need to have a couple of bros or a couple of sisters, and that's it. Not like in the family sense, but they can be in the family sense too. But they have to be people that you can absolutely trust with 100% certainty, and you know that they're going to be loyal to you, because loyalty is rare. It's one of the rarest things in this world. It's a very rare quality. But you don't need all these friends and colleagues. And I love what Hamza said in one of his videos. He was actually talking about this exact topic when it came to friends. And he said that most of the people that you hang around with, they're not your friends. It's just that all of you are obsessed with the same drug. And I absolutely love that metaphor, because it's really the truth. You have the same type of addictions. You're addicted to the dopamine hits, the dopamine stings. You know, you're watching the football games, the sports games with your buddies on the bar stool. You're watching, you know, you're drinking too much. You're overeating. You're maybe watching too much porn. You're engaging in too much sex. You are, I don't know, maybe you're smoking weed. You're smoking too much. And you live a very lazy type of lifestyle. You live a sedentary lifestyle. And it's not gonna level you up. It's actually gonna force you to regress on your life. And you don't want that. You don't want that, guys. Okay? So you don't need all these friends. Fuck all these people who are trying to be your friends. You just need a couple of bros and sisters. That's it. You don't need to have 1,000 friends. All you really need is people who are loyal to you, the people that you can trust. And the rest is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. So, like, really pay attention to this, man, because this has destroyed more lives than anything I can think of. And just think about something like, think about a substance like alcohol, for instance. Think about the amount of lives that have been lost or completely fucked up because of alcohol. Millions, if not tens or hundreds of millions of people have completely fucked up their lives. They have completely messed up their goals and dreams and ambitions and their potential because of alcohol alone and parties. But we're just talking about alcohol alone, because usually there's a combination of different substances, not just alcohol alone. So these things are dangerous, man. Vices and all these things that are really, well, they're short-term pleasures, basically. And what's easy in life is usually not going to be good for you. And I've seen this so many times in my life. And I've experienced this myself too. So don't fall for this trap, man. It's a slow success killer. And this literally applies to anything. You should be aware of this concept all the time. And you know, I can't stress the importance of this. You should be wary of this at all times. So I'm gonna end the video right here because it's getting a little dark now. But there you go, it's still relatively bright and you can see me quite well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love the support that you guys are giving me, and I wish you all the best from beautiful Poland. Have a beautiful day.